Yahoro minasan. This is Yuki, and today I'm gonna talk about my favorite webtoons, and this is gonna be the beginning of a series of webtoon recommendations that I have read through the past years. The webtoon that I read are most of the time romance genre, but they might be mixed with crime, mystery, fantasy, historical, or even transmigration genre. So I hope that you like them, and please give them a chance. So the first one I'd like to speak about is Freaking Romance, which, as you can see, it's a fantasy romance type. I have read this back in 2018, and I think it was a bit innovative in the sense that the heroine didn't look much like a typical white Asian woman. So some of the characters had darker skin, and some of them had different gender identities, which was a bit innovative at that point in manhwa and webtoon overall, which I really appreciate Snail Lord for being so courageous and also so daring to open the door for more diversity and inclusion in the sector. And the story starts with this idea that what if you move it to a new house and suddenly discover that as a working adult and also university student, they discover this new place is haunted. So the thing is that when I say haunted, it might be a bit confusing, but the truth is that these two people, Zilan and Zelith, are from two different timelines. They're from parallel worlds. And when I say parallel worlds here, depends how much you know actually about parallel world theory. And the idea is that depending on the choices you make, you end up meeting certain people and leading a certain life. But also there is another you in another world leading a different life, making different choices, and maybe meeting the same or different people and having different kinds of relationships. And so in the world that Zilan is in and the world that Zelith is in, both of them don't exist in each other worlds. And I think that's the really intriguing part, because you get to how will these two people communicate, how did they end up getting in touch, and how will this affect their relationships of people around them. Stay tuned and hope you get further curious about it. Now another webtoon I would like to speak about is Your Smile is a Trap. And this is again one of those really hilarious webtoons with two people all with very different auras. One of them is very shiny, kira kira, handsome, popular. People just fall in love with him while not knowing why. And the other person, people assume she's scary and assume she's like violent and stuff like that, based just on the looks and the vibes. However, of course, like usually that's not the case. It's just prejudices, and even if you look like you are about to kill somebody, it's not always the case. Mostly, yeah. So here is the story of Kyu and also of Lily, and it's definitely one of my most Hua favorite webtoons so far. I'm still reading it; it's still ongoing. In like the other one, Freaking Romance is completed. And I think their dynamics are definitely interesting because of social assumption. You assume most of the time that people who have like handsome looks are having life easy, and people who have like scary looks are definitely social outcasts and they are horrible, but definitely not. Yeah, I hope that you give it a chance and you really enjoy it too. The other one I would like to mention is yeah, maybe meant to be. And this one is also again one of my most favorite webtoons so far. Minchol and Gia, they know each other since childhood. They have grown up with each other, and Gia herself, she's a gyaru, but I mean, like, she wasn't her whole life a gyaru. At some point, she just decided to change her looks and like take a whole new personality. However, because they knew each other from as children, there is a lot of information that Minchol knows about Gia, and probably a lot of embarrassing moments too. And the story starts with the assumption that what if one day you get interested in somebody, or you are just like, you just want to get married because your family sort of annoyed you, and somebody makes a proposal and you just say yes, and you are suddenly at the wedding, and you are suddenly married, and somebody is at the house, and you never had the time to process any of it. And so you kind of like married your childhood friend because you wanted your family to stop nagging you. So I think it has a very interesting context, and also how they navigate from overcoming the childhood friend trope to lovers. I think that was in itself very funny. Mitchell's personality is mostly like a uh, geeky Jimbro, and Gia's personality is more like a kind of strong, straightforward Garo, who also had a past of being a novelist and whose all her old editors still chasing her because he still wants her to get back into writing. I hope you enjoyed these short reviews. Whatever information I gave here is not much of a spoiler because you almost learn about that in the first chapters. And see you soon. Bye bye.